Lighting can drastically change the look and feel of a room, yet many people overlook it when designing their homes and the spaces within them. To me, a space feels lacking in character when it's lit exclusively by a ceiling light. Even something as simple as a lamp in the corner can create atmosphere. When I'm lighting an environment, I set myself 3 tasks. It must create a comfortable feel, be adaptive, and save me time. But how does time factor into lighting? Well, today I'm going to show you how I create a range of comfortable, smart, and time-saving lighting solutions for everyday convenience and peace of mind. For example, the room I am in is quite dark throughout the day and only has a brief bit of natural light shining through the window in the morning due to the room being north-facing. This means I rely a lot on artificial lighting from about midday onwards. Therefore, I'm going to use a few products supplied to me by today's sponsor Aqara in combination with my already established smart products from various brands to create automations and scenes that will change throughout the day based on whether I am at home, in the room, or more excitingly, where I am in the room. I already have a whole host of lights from various brands, plus the G3 camera hub which I've had for quite a while now, which I've used to monitor my 3D prints. However, we will be improving all of this with the FP2 Presence Sensor, the Motion and Light Sensor P2, LED Strip T1 and the M3 hub, which is required for a majority of Aqara's products, if you want to take full advantage of the built-in features. I would normally complain about having to add more hubs to my setup, but the M3 hub has a built-in infrared controller which can turn on items like my TV and air conditioning units with automations even if they're not smart compatible. It's pretty cool. When I create a space, I like there to be a variety of lights dotted around the room which illuminate certain corners, walls and objects that I want highlighted. I also use lighting at my desk setup to create a comfortable environment to sit at for long periods of time, aid in reducing eye strain and help with overall ergonomics. The current layout of my room sees my printing station at the far end near the door, my shelf and desk off to the side with a chest of drawers opposite, and to the window I have my bed and TV area. Currently I have smart lights set up behind the print station with an Aqara light strip. My desk and shelf feature light bars, LED strips and a bulb from Philips Hue, and the same goes for a smart bulb by my bed and a light strip behind my TV. These lights are all currently controlled with Aqara smart switches and a door sensor through HomeKit. There are a few issues with my current setup. When I open the door, my print lights turn on, which is a simple and effective solution. However, the only way to turn them off is to do it manually or create a new automation. The problem with the current available automation options is that they aren't ideal for how I want things to work. For example, I could set the lights to turn off after a certain amount of time when my indoor camera no longer detects someone, or when the door closes. But none of these solutions work for me. I don't want the indoor camera running while I'm in the room, as its main purpose is to monitor 3D prints when I'm not around. I also prefer to keep the door closed for privacy and to retain warmth, especially during the winter months. Additionally, I don't want the lights to turn off after a specific amount of time while I'm still in the room. No one likes it when the lights suddenly turn off without warning. This is where a smart sensor really shines. I've set up the Aqara FP2 in the corner of my room above my print station and angled it down into the room using a 3D printed corner mount. This sensor is so incredible that once you've set it up and configured it, it works like magic. You can create up to 30 specific zones in the room using the Aqara app, so it knows exactly where you are at any time, and unlike regular light and motion sensors, these lights will not turn off as long as you are in the room. That means you will not suffer any awkward moments like the time you sat in a public toilet for far too long and the lights turned off. So to break up this room, I've created a desk zone and a bed zone. Some things I love about the FP2 is that it's so small and out of the way you wouldn't even notice it was there. Plus, I can set it up to perform different tasks at different times of day and control other smart home products that are not made by Aqara or within Apple Home. When I'm sitting at my desk from 11 AM until sunset, I want my print lights, desk lights and shelf lights to be sat at around 35% brightness. Then from sunset until I go to bed, I'll have all the lights brightened to around 75%. If I'm not in the room, but still at home, I want the lights to turn off after 10 minutes of inactivity. However, if I'm in the room, but sitting in bed watching TV, I want all of those lights to turn off and switch to the TV scene I created. This TV scene sets my large filament bulb in my IKEA lamp to 12% brightness and changes my TV light strip color to orange to match it. while also adjusting the brightness to 30%. This creates a cozy vibe, perfect for winding down and dozing off to YouTube videos or a random show on a streaming service. I've actually had these two lights automated for quite a while now, so to add a bit of extra flair and mix things up, I mounted another strip on the back side of my bed's headboard with 3D printed guides, which adds a soft glow up the wall, which I think gives this part of the room a unique touch. This was easily achieved in HomeKit. Once you've created a scene, which is a combination of smart products set to specific levels or power states, you can create an automation that is based on the time of day, whether you are at home or if you are detected by a sensor. The possibilities are almost endless with this combination of lights and the FP2 sensor. But what if it's late at night and I need to use the bathroom? Well, don't worry, I don't want to be blinded when I'm half asleep. So what I will do is set up a new light strip which I'll mount to the underside of my bed to add some soft lighting to the floor to guide the way at night. Then after I leave the room or get back into bed, these lights will turn off. The way I imagined it is like having your own emergency aisle lighting up the floor when the lights are dead. This sort of automation is great if you have a partner or significant other who is a light sleeper, as you won't be turning on any big bright lights at night and waking them up. You'll just be doing it if you're a heavy-footed person. To set this up, I created an automation that triggers once someone steps into the death zone after 11:30 PM at night and before 7:30 AM. This automation in the room is only half the challenge. Getting to the bathroom is the next obstacle. Fortunately, I have two light and motion sensors installed at the top and bottom of the stairs. These sensors aren't as advanced as the FP2, but they do a fantastic job of activating a smart switch I have connected to a regular lamp on the landing. While I could have replaced the smart switch with a smart bulb, I decided to use what I had already to avoid spending extra money. These sensors turn the light on when they detect someone walking into the space, similar to how automatic lights work in cupboards or public bathrooms. After 1 minute of not detecting anyone, the smart plug will turn the lamp off. This setup isn't just perfect for evening trips to the bathroom, it also saves energy by preventing a light switch from being left on constantly, which is common in areas like this, especially at night when you're half asleep. I've also configured this automation to turn the light switch on and off if motion is detected within 2 hours before sunset and 1 hour after sunrise. That way the light's not turning on and off when it's nice and bright. It's been a fantastic addition, though I initially had to get used to not reaching out for the light switch. I should also mention a couple of things about the Aqara T1 light strip, as this is a sponsored video after all. They're extendable up to 10 meters and have multiple zones, so you can select different colors to appear at the same time on one strip. Another feature, which isn't something I'd personally use, is the built-in music mode, which adjusts the lights to any sounds it detects. This is great for kids or anyone who likes to throw a party. And finally, let's talk about security. If you're worried about break-ins or simply want to make it look like someone is always at home, you can use all of these devices to trigger scenes for a security setting. For example, in an extreme case, if someone breaks into your house or a family member enters a space they shouldn't, you can receive real-time notifications directly to your phone. You can also set it up so that if you're not at home, sirens can play, light colors can change, and much more if presence is detected. One super paranoid but handy feature you could set up is if you live with family or friends and suspect someone is going into your room and taking your belongings. You can configure it to trigger a light to change to a certain color like red, or have your hub blare a siren until they leave the room. That way, they'll know never to enter your room again. You can also set lights to turn on and off automatically whether you're at home or away, using your iPhone's location as a trigger in combination with an Apple HomePod or Apple TV. This provides a great sense of security, as having security lights on when you're not home can help deter thieves. And that is how I use lighting to create a comfortable, adaptive, and time-saving environment for myself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some great ideas, and thanks to Aqara for sponsoring this video and providing a few incredible accessories.